From the years of 1969 to 1970, supernatural entities ripped through the time-space continuum, spilling over through various ether rifts and into our realm of terra firma. What commenced was a meddling of airwaves, from ABC all the way to the BBC. These entities would announce their presence at the beginning of televised broadcast by way of cheap AI technology stolen from 5 decades into the future. Then, as the program aired, these impish creatures would insert their supernatural titles without rhyme or reason. Why did this happen, and who were these entities? Watch for yourself, and perhaps you may see. The Techno Trance Skeleton.
Imagine a skeleton with a techno trance beat dancing its way into your nightmares. Can you feel the chill? This isn't just a dance, it's an experience. As the beat drops, the skeleton's movements sync with the EDM, making it impossible to look away. Fear and fascination blend in a hypnotic display. Don't let fear hold you back. Face your nightmarish dancer and feel the adrenaline. Ready to confront the dance of dread?
Lovely. There are. That's
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Hey, come on. There we are. Lovely job of stuff.
Assignment? Yes. Well, I'm glad to say not all my conferences are centered in crowded cities. Would you like a drink?
Yes, please, a lager.
2 lagers, please.
Well, I've read the report. Makes interesting reading. I take it we're in on the case?
Yes.
It speaks for itself. Why did you send for me?
Because of a man you met once, Kyle.
Martin Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Is he tied up with this?
The British police seem to think so.
Well, knowing Kyle, I'll never prove it.
Exactly. These men, 3 of them were...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Yeah, I've looked over their records. Does Scotland Yard figure they just pulled a job?
Well, the gun the cowboy had in his holster had been used.
That's what I mean.
They don't know for sure, just a suspicion of Kyle.
Which is why I'm here.
You can go and see him, Sullivan. You're not bound by the restrictions that govern the British authorities. But I don't want to hear that you put your arm on him.
Is that a warning?
It's not anything. I just said I don't want to hear.
Sullivan?
Valley?
I haven't seen you in a long while.
Yeah. My luck had to change sometime.
You always did have a loose mouth, Sullivan. Maybe I should fix it so you need some...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
It's very dusty in here. Kyle in?
He wouldn't want to see you, Sullivan. So why don't you just... get out? Go ahead. Try for the door.
Don't you ever get tired of having to prove how tough you are? Shut up! Sorry. Must be the dust.
Sullivan?
Hi.
Well,
Pally? He had a little accident.
accident? But
Yeah, I sneezed and he caught his hand in a drawer. It's very complicated. Have a seat.
just a minute, Sullivan. Judging by your behavior, I presume you have a warrant.
Let me tell you something, Kyle. When I come with a warrant, I'll come with enough charges to put you so far away they'll have to pipe in sunshine to you.
What do you want?
Your attention.
Hmm?
4 men got gunned down in a cellar.
But you're not suggesting I had anything to do with that, are you?
I'm not suggesting anything of the kind. I want you to take a look at these pictures.
No, I don't know any of those.
You're lying. David Collins, explosive expert. Paul Valance, best locksmith around. Alan Hobby, hires out muscle, good with a knife. The 4th one, we haven't identified.
Why come to me?
Because you're the...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Stop playing games, Kyle. Anyone planning a crime comes to you. He tells you the kind of personnel he needs, and you find them.
Do you think I'm running some sort of criminal employment agency?
When a job is set up, you put the package together. And then you sit back safely and collect a nice percentage of the take.
Sounds a lovely racket. I only wish I was in on it.
Who organized this job?
I'm afraid I can't help you, Sullivan. Excuse me, I am very busy.
Yes, I can see that. I know you hired them.
Oh, you'd have a hard time proving it. Oh, is that why you're here, not the police? Did they send you to me? They have their suspicions, their theories, but you do well to learn from them. You've nothing on me. Nothing. Always nice to see you, Sullivan. Do drop in again.
Oh, I wasn't leaving, Mr. Carr.
What are you doing?
Actually, I was locking the door. School's about to start.
You keep away from me, Sullivan.
Ah.
Okay. Keep away. I warn you.
You shouldn't play games, Carl. You're out of condition. Now then, all together, who were those men working for?
I don't know, I tell you, I don't know.
Ah, then you do want more exercise.
No, dear.
All right, all right. I put the group together,
That's better.
but I don't know who did the hiring. I'll tell you the truth. I got my orders on the telephone. Just a voice saying the sort of man you wanted.
You swear that's the truth?
Yes, I swear it.
Who paid you? And how much?
I got 500 for it. Came in a package to the post. I'm telling the truth, Sullivan. I just contacted those 4 men, told them to be in Sweeney's at 9 o'clock last Monday. That's all I know. I don't know who did the hiring. I don't know who killed them.
That'll do for a start. Class dismissed. But don't neglect your homework. I may drop in again. Now be a good...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
and open the door for teacher.
How long are you for this visit, Sullivan?
Just the luck of the...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Stupid. Kyle here. Martin Kyle. I've had the lawyer asking questions. No, no, of course I didn't tell him anything. Right. Tonight, about 9. Well, here, if you like. Right, fine. See you.
Thank you.
The bullet that killed him came from the pistol we found in the cellar.
Where'd they find him?
The car dumped in the lake. Chances are it never would have been found, but there was a couple necking in the grass. So it pushed in and called the police.
They see who did the pushing?
It's dark.
4 specialists assembled for a job. All in costume. Cowboy, clown, devil, and...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
What kind of plot to undermine? A hoist of jewelry? A lady's perfumery? Well, they were an ugly gang of thugs, and their rivals had such pretty, pretty mugs. This was obviously Adonis 1, which explains his rather limited run.
Why the costumes?
Perfect disguises. Well, there's always tonight, when Kyle meets the guy he telephoned. You staying, Jason? Hmm? Oh.
Libby, what is it? What's the matter?
I couldn't get out. The door was locked. I fell off from my head.
It's all right. Everything is all right. You've been sick and you need lots of rest. There. That's better. Now you just try and relax, huh?
How long have I been like this?
Oh, nearly a week now. The doctors kept you under sedation.
A week? The robbery. I was coming down the stairs and 4 men came in dressed in strange costume. Thurston was killed. He tried to stop them, and the man who was dressed like a cowboy drew his gun and killed him. Killed him in your study. An explosion. And after they tied me up, an explosion. They were robbing the...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
There was no...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
But I remember it. I remember it. A cowboy, a devil, and another man dressed like a...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
No, Libby. You had a fall. You tripped on the stairs. You were unconscious for some time.
That wasn't what happened. What are you doing?
Now, Libby, don't struggle. It's for your own good. You need lots of rest. You're confused, Libby. Nobody broke in here. There was no explosion. Nothing happened except that you had a fall. There was no break-in, no robbery, no murder. It's all in your imagination.
Imagination. Nothing happened. Imagination.
Is there any other way out of here?
No, I don't think so.
Do you ever get the feeling that nothing's really changed? I wish we'd have stuffed the originals. Yes, an ambulance. Thank you. Jason? No!
for your own good. Everything I've done is for your own good.
That's not true. You're trying to make me forget what happened.
Look, nothing did happen. Only your accident, your fall.
No. Thurston was murdered. He was shot in that room. I saw him. I saw his body and the blood, and the safe door was damaged by an explosion. I tell you, I did see it.
Right. Come in here. Come on. All right, Libby. Show me. You say you saw Thurston's body, huh? Where?
Thurston was here. There was blood on the carpet.
You see any sign of damage, any marks from an explosion? Now, you listen to me. I've been doing all I can to help you. But if you persist in this stupid delusion, then you'll have to go away. A private clinic somewhere.
No, please. Not that.
Why should I lie, Libby? Now go back to your room.
You say I fell.
Yeah. You remember it now?
Morning, Jason.
Good morning. Morning, Jason.
Oh, good. There's a film I'd like you to see.
Sure. How's the head? Superfluous.
Why didn't you take a couple of aspirin?
I couldn't bear the noise I'd make swallowing them.
Hey, Stuart, fix the blinds, will you?
Sure. Oh! Oh,
Got this piece of film from the television company. Shot on the day of the murders.
cartoon time, Jason. Oh.
There you are, a student's rag.
Right? It caters to the British passion for dressing up. In this case, vindicated by a collection for charity.
Take a look at those costumes. In the middle of all that, those four men would have had perfect disguises.
That's what I said. Perfect. Where is all this taking place?
St. John's Wood.
Right, it's an enormous area. A lot of legwork.
You want to see what I've got?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Jason?
I've seen it. Very impressive.
As far as I figure it, somebody paid Kyle to hire these four to do the job. And either before, during, or after, this gun was used to kill the man in the lake.
What crime were these four supposed to have committed?
That takes us back to Kyle. And two more people we don't know about.
Two more?
Well, the man who tried to run you down could hardly have hit Jason over the head.
Right.
How is Kyle, by the way?
Luckily, still unconscious. Obviously, what they were searching for was the German Field Marshal's baton.
Why?
Well, something was hidden in it. Probably hollow. Such as? Got any more ideas? Yes, let's make this a case we couldn't solve. Let's quit. Annabelle, try to find out the identity of the...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Jason, you locate the baton. What with? Magnet? Well, why don't you start by trying to find Walter Pally, Kyle's bodyguard?
And, what have you picked out for yourself?
Well, I'm going to try to find... Here.
Yeah.
This is Walter Pally. I work for Marty Kyle.
I believe he did some business for you recently.
I do business with a lot of people. What is it you want?
Let me give it to you straight, Mr. Kent.
I think Kyle was trying to blackmail you. You went over there last night to get hold of...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do, Mr. Kent.
You didn't get what you were after. But I did. Now, if you're interested, it's for sale. If not, but the law might as well have it.
I can't talk now. What's your number?
9650721.
Right, I've got it. I'll ring you back in about 10 minutes. All right, that's enough.
Techno Trance Skeleton.
I don't want your love, Jack. I just want your money. I don't want your love, Jack.
Morning.
Morning.
Your move.
You were in Kyle's office last night.
Oh, was it you who cracked me over the head? I'm so sorry. I don't think we were introduced. My name is Jason King. May I get up? I see you got it. You know, this is very funny.
What is?
Well, this exact situation was in Vote for Kane. No, I don't suppose you read it. Well, you've obviously heard of him. Perhaps you saw the movie.
I walked out.
Oh. You didn't miss that marvelous bit when he was being held up at gunpoint.
Who?
Mark Kane.
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, he got out of this exact situation by suddenly producing a
Techno Trance Skeleton.
out of his sleeve.
Don't try anything.
My dear Pally, I never carry a weapon, let alone a...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
It would fray my cuffs.
Do you mind telling me what you're talking about?
The point I'm trying to make is that in fiction, my character always goes in single-handed. But in life, nobody's that stupid. Sergeant!
I think we can do business. I'll pay what you're asking.
We'll have to do a deal fast. You meet me tonight?
Yeah.
You know Caverson Common?
In Surrey.
Find it.
There's an old mill. About a mile further on, there's a telephone box.
Be in there at 11 o'clock. When I'm quite satisfied you're alone.
I'll telephone my instructions.
Understood?
Yeah.
And one thing more, Pally. Don't try anything smart. That I wouldn't like.
I told you the British had a penchant for dressing up, but this is ridiculous.
Must be windy on that thing.
Too stiff to have noticed. I haven't been on a bike since I was a teenage rocker. What's the time? Nearly 11.
Oh, this thing has a range of about 7 miles, so don't wander too far, huh? I'll be listening in.
Which button do I press?
It's so simple, a child. On, off. Oh, by the way, there's not a thing on this.
X-ray show nothing hidden in the metal. It's made out of bronze. The wire binding is carbon. Other than that, not a thing.
I can't understand these leather queens wearing this. Sorry, Stuart.
That's it. The last of the reports.
Anything special?
I know more about that man in the lake than I do my own son. I know his blood group, the hair cream he used, the time of his death, the cigarettes he smoked.
And what he ate for his last meal.
Everything.
Except who he is.
Except who he is. He's the best documented dead man I've ever worked on, and still anonymous.
Okay, well, thanks for your help. Yes? Oh, just a moment. Yes? Yes, go ahead. Uh-huh. Right, thank you. Good night. I had the prescription of the dead man's spectacles circulated to all the opticians in the area. That was one of them.
And?
He made a prescription for a man called Thurston Rose. It's beginning to break. All right, Fowler, thank you.
Good night.
Note for Jason. Avenue Road, St. John's Wood.
Stuart? Stuart! Child could. Child with chilblains. Stuart? Stuart, I'm in position. You read me? Over?
I'm reading you. Anything happening? Over.
No. Not a thing. Zut alors.
What's the matter?
It's all right. I just caught sight of myself in the mirror. You don't suppose he thought my impersonation of Pally wouldn't fool a nun? Hold on. I think this is it. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Is that you, Pally? So long, stupid.
Jason, do you hear me? Jason, come in. Come in.
Jason, come in. Jason?
some phone call. Went like a bomb. Exactly like a bomb.
Mr. Johnson,
Yeah?
I'm from the police.
Police?
I'm making inquiries about a man I believe you employed.
Oh, this is an unusual time to call, isn't it? We better go up to my study. It's this way.
Thank you.
How can I help you?
I'm interested in a man called Preston Rhodes. You know him?
Yeah, I know.
Preston.
Won't you sit down? Cigarette?
No, thank you. Preston was found dead a couple of days ago. He was murdered.
Murdered?
Yes, his body was found in a car dumped in a lake. When did you last see him, Mr. Johnson?
Oh, it must be 2-3 weeks ago now.
Can you fill in any details? Do you know anything about his background at all?
Well, I'm afraid not. Thurston was a secretive sort of guy. Kept very much to himself. Gee, this is a terrible thing to happen.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry you can't help me. I shall obviously have to start my inquiries somewhere else.
Well, naturally, anything I can do. Terrible. This is terrible. Libby, shouldn't be up.
I heard the
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Why don't you just go back to bed, huh? This is Miss Spear. I didn't get the name.
Annabelle Hurst. How do you do?
I'll tell you what it's all about in the morning, eh, Libby? Come on now, come on.
Good night.
Come along, Miss Hurst.
Thank you for all your help, Mr. Johnson. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
I do apologize if I got you upset. Must talk to you alone. Come to the window at the side of the house in 1 hour.
Here's something that should interest you, Jason. What's that? Napoleon said, in every soldier's knapsack there is a...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Sounds obscene.
Here's a choice for him.
Ah, yes.
An ex-patient's paralysis of the lower half. That was my father's. He was an amateur magician.
That's the one. Thanks. Very elegant.
It's going to be painful for a while. Bruised bones always are.
I'm sorry, Doctor, to have dragged you out of bed at this time of the night.
Oh, please don't apologize. It's quite exciting for me. Normally, I only get cases of measles and confinement. I'd never had an explosion victim before. Now, I'll just get something to kill the pain.
You say the phone rang just before the explosion? Yes, a few seconds before. That was to check and see if you were in position. I think the bomb was detonated by a radio impulse. Must have been a phone booth very close. Sure going to an awful lot of trouble to get a hold of this. Why? How do you blackmail a man with something like this?
Here we are, gentlemen. Finest painkiller known to medicine. Whiskey.
My dear doctor, is this on the National Health?
Now, I'll just take down a few details, and my wife can write the report in the morning.
That's a wire recorder, isn't it, Doctor? I haven't seen one of those for years.
Oh, I've had it long before the tape variety was popular. I find it very handy. Now, let's just start with your names. Now, speak into the microphone.
Wire. Doctor, you don't have a prescription for mental constipation, do you? You haven't got another empty spool, have you?
Well, yes.
Stuart, start unwinding. Of course.
Austin is dead. Yes, he is dead. Now calm down. I knew it. He tried to make me think I was going out of my mind. But I knew Thurston was murdered.
All right. Now just tell me about it. Start from the beginning.
Well, I was coming down the stairs when I heard a noise in the hall. And 4 men came in, dressed in strange costume.
Ready?
Do you have anything to declare, Mr. King?
Nothing, except my genius. Doctor, this is a recording that's cost a number of lives.
May the 23rd, with reference to Victor Kent.
Kyle's voice.
He has asked me to assemble a group of operatives for a special job. He wants an explosives expert, a safe man, driver, and muscle. They're to be highly paid, and my fee will be £500.
Victor Kent?
He's one of the top hoods in the London mafioso.
May the 30th. Kent has briefed the operatives. The job he has in mind is quite unique. The target is a private house. Avenue Road, St. John's Wood. The job is set for June the 20th. The men are to wear heavy disguise. One of the operatives will use explosives on the safe, but will not succeed. Repeat, not succeed. This apparent attack on the safe will be a cover for the actual purpose of the raid, to install 2 sticks of fused gelignite under the floorboards in the boardroom, which will be exploded at the syndicate's next meeting. This meeting takes place at 9:15 a.m. on July the 11th.
Most interesting.
I'm going to be at Avenue Road, St. John's Wood.
Annabelle.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You've been very helpful.
Thank you, Doctor.
There's no sign of them yet. I'll have to make contact. Libby, Tronson doesn't own this house, does he?
No, it's owned by...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
We executives use it when they come to this country.
Executives. Where does Tronson fit in?
Well, he deals with all the confidential mail.
Look, Libby, I'll have to get back. Just wait here.
Oh, take me with you.
I can't if he finds you missing.
Either of you is going anywhere. Now or any time.
Pernicious greed. Pity they didn't join forces. Wonder which one was the cleverer.
Checkmate.
I don't know. Kent was the instigator.
Kyle recorded all the facts, and he let Kent know it. It's a beautiful weapon for blackmail.
Almost deserved to succeed.
Well, it hasn't altogether failed. There's still the matter of the fused gelignite.
Checkmate.
Why didn't I report the break-in and the killing? Is that it? Cosmos Hurst, this house is owned by the syndicate.
Mafioso.
Call it what you like. This is the central clearinghouse for all our European operations. All our business and planning is coordinated right here in this building.
And a police investigation would have been embarrassing.
Exactly. Disposing the body was quite easy. I got a new safe, confidence, fittings. The main problem was convincing Libby that she hadn't seen anything.
You nearly did?
Well, I did have the advantage of knowing that there was some mental instability in her family.
Techno Trance Skeleton.
The first of our board of directors have arrived. If you excuse me, ladies. Morning, gentlemen. Boardroom is all ready if you care to go upstairs. Morning, Mr. Kent.
Go straight on up. I'll be there in a minute.
How are we doing?
Oh, it's nearly 9:15.
Gentlemen?
If I could have your attention, gentlemen. We have a great deal of business to discuss, so I suggest we get started right away. I've prepared an agenda, so if you'll be good enough to glance through it and approve the order of business, we can commence at once.
$64 question. Where's the conference room? Let's split up. I'll take the front. Thanks. Don't forget your wand.
Well, now, gentlemen, before we get on to our discussion, I wonder if you'd forgive me for a few moments. I have an important telephone call to make. I can't tell you what pleasure it gives me to see you all assembled in one room.
Name is Kent, I think. All right, Sullivan. Don't try to stop.
Techno Trance Skeleton.
I planned this too long. I'm going to take over the whole operation.
Well, I'm afraid for personal reasons I've got to try to stop you. Where's the girl?
What girl? I don't know what you're talking about.
Where's the girl?
Hands. Quick.
Oh, gentlemen, I'm so sorry to disturb you. There's a considerable amount of fused gelignite under the floorboards, and it's likely to go off in 15 seconds. Shall we retire?
You make a joke, yes?
Quick.
You see this? I only have to press this switch, and I can do that faster than you can shoot.
You won't make it, Kent. You go with the rest of us.
And so will the...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
Jason, get back!
You all right?
Fine. Did someone knock?
Somebody better call the police and an ambulance.
I'll do that.
Where's Jason?
Jason! Jason!
Here I am. Is that all? I thought the whole house would blow up. Do you remember that devastating explosion that Mark Cade was involved in Epilogue to Hong Kong? After pursuing that beautiful...
Techno Trance Skeleton.
halfway around the world, it was the explosion that blew her wig off, and he realized it was a man. And they got married and lived happily ever after. No, don't you remember? It was the twin brother of Hussey Abundant who was impersonating her. Well, why did they call it Epilogue to Hong Kong? Now, Stuart, you obviously haven't read the prologue, because in the prologue, what happens is Hussey Abundant comes in